always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to accompany some blueprints. And I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. Bill Gates, in The Road Ahead, published by Viking, wrote, and I quote, "Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces people into thinking that they can't lose. And it's an unreliable guide to the future. What now seems the perfect business plan or latest technology may soon be as out of date as the 8-track tape player, the vacuum tube television, or the mainframe computer." Unquote. Bill Gates in The Road Ahead, published by Viking. This hour, we'll unfurl a few blueprints to success and life with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Robbie Robertson, What About Now, John Mayer with No Such Thing, and Jason Mraz, and I'm Yours. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. There was a time early in my high school career that one of my friends seriously considered a career in architecture. Our woodshop teacher during the theory part of the class taught some lessons about blueprints, and he was fascinated by them. And of course, that was a time long before computers. Much later in life, I learned that blueprints could be applied to one's life, not just man-made structures. I featured this quote in yesterday's program, and I quote, "It is no simple matter to decide who are the more fortunate, those to whom life gives all, or those who have to give all to life. A fulfilled life is not necessarily one constructed in accordance with one's own blueprint. It can be a glamorous collage of materials that have come unexpectedly to hand. How wonderful it is that we do not know what tomorrow will bring." Unquote. Aung San Suu Kyi in a speech, and quoted in the October '03 issue of the Reader's Digest. This hour, a blueprint for Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Many years ago, August Heckscher in the Christian Science Monitor wrote, and I quote, "Among the deficiencies of mankind I note within myself is a reluctance to alter my course once I have set forth upon it. The other day I was prepared to embark upon some errands in town, when my wife suggested a walk in the country. I demurred, saying I was busy. Another time, a lady invited me to accompany her on a sale, and I declined because I wanted to do extra work. Consider what I missed. The suggestions need only have come a little earlier to have been seized upon with pleasure. Am I such a massive tanker of a man that I cannot change direction without forewarning and ceremonious premeditations? Next time, I'll go sailing. I'll walk in the country and defy my own obstinacies." latest texture in the Christian Science Monitor. Blueprints, this hour with Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. Jacksoul on a Shady Day. Blue Rodeo with 5 Days in May and the Little River Band and Cool Change. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This hour, some blueprints, even a simple blueprint, like what you plan for your 2010 summer vacation. Ellen Goodman, earlier this decade in the Washington Post, wrote, and I quote, "What do I want to take away from my summer vacation? Time. The luxury of being at rest. The days when you shut down the mental machinery that keeps life on track and let life simply wander. The days when you stop planning, analyzing, thinking, and just are. Summer is my period of grace." Unquote. Ellen Goodman in the Washington Post some years back. Blueprints this hour with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Renee Olstead with A Love That Will Last, and Andrew Crossley in A Beautiful World. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. G.K. Chesterton wrote, "Architecture is the alphabet of giants. It is the largest set of symbols ever made to meet the eyes of men." Christopher Williams in Origins of Form, published by Architectural Book Publishing Company, wrote, and I quote, "A leading architect once built a cluster of office buildings set in a central green. The landscape crew asked him where he wanted the sidewalks between the buildings. His reply, just plant grass between the buildings. By late summer, the new lawn was laced with pathways of trodden grass. The paths followed the most efficient line between the points of connection, turned in easy curves rather than at right angles, and were sized according to the traffic flow. In the fall, the architect simply paved the pathways. Not only did the paths have a design beauty, but they responded directly to user needs." Unquote. I wonder if he included that in his blueprints. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Sarah McLachlan with One Dream and Fergie and Big Girls Don't Cry. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Our complex blueprints are carefully designed so that structures will have long lifespans. But, as we saw at the beginning of the program, some of our best ideas had built-in obsolescence, like the 8-track tape player. One final thought this hour, it's an excerpt from the Good Life Almanac from some decades back. Butterflies count not months, but moments, and yet have time enough. Complex blueprints this hour with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.